What's the hardest part about bridging enlisted and officer ranks? It's standing with one foot in two worlds, never fully belonging to either, but needing to earn the trust of both. I learned that the day I pinned on lieutenant bars after 6 years enlisted. My old squad, guys I had pulled guard duty with at 3 a.m. and eaten MRE chili mac beside, suddenly called me sir. They weren't joking. They stood straighter, their tone clipped, like I'd put on a mask that erased who I'd been. It stung, because deep down I still felt like the same guy who knew the taste of dust after a 12-mile ruck. The officers didn't make it easier. They saw me as prior enlisted, like a curiosity. Some respected it, some quietly doubted if I could adjust. At O Club mixers, I felt like a guest who hadn't gotten the right invitation. They told stories about commissioning from ROTC, about summer internships, about career paths. My stories were about barracks inspections, failed field heaters, and trying to stretch a paycheck to payday. The hardest moment came during my first field exercise as a platoon leader. We were setting up a defensive position, and I was barking out orders like my old squad leader taught me. My platoon sergeant, an old E7 with salt and pepper hair, pulled me aside. "Sir," he said, "you don't need to prove you're one of them anymore. You're the officer. Give intent, not step by step." It hit me like a brick. I'd been clinging to the enlisted way, afraid to let it go, because it felt honest. But I realized I wasn't betraying who I was. I was growing into what my soldiers needed. Later that night, one of my privates asked quietly, "LT, were you really enlisted?" I nodded. He smiled, like that gave him permission to trust me. That was the bridge right there. Not forgetting where I came from, but learning how to lead from where I stood. And the truth is, bridging those worlds takes patience. Some enlisted guys test you, waiting to see if the bars make you forget the nights you froze on guard shift. Some officers look down their nose, convinced rank erases where you came from. But every time I remembered to listen more than talk, every time I admitted I didn't know everything, every time I trusted my NCOs instead of pretending I had all the answers, the bridge got stronger. Over months, I noticed soldiers coming to me not just with problems, but with respect. I noticed officers asking my opinion because they knew I'd seen both sides. That's when I finally understood. The hardest part isn't being stuck between two worlds. The hardest part is learning you don't need to pick one. You can honor both, and in doing so, you become the kind of leader people actually want to follow.